Bouyon music, a sound born from the heart of Dominica, it's more than a genre. It's a rhythm that moves a nation, a pulse that unites its people. At the center of this musical revolution stands TK International. But what exactly is Bouyon and how has it become the voice of a culture? Bouyon music isn't just heard, it's felt. For those unfamiliar, let's break down what makes Bouyon music so distinctive and why it's so deeply rooted in Dominican culture.
Well, like the pioneers said, bouillon is a mixture. So I guess bouillon is just a mixture of all the different music that we are accustomed of listening to, and we just put it in one.
People wasn't familiar with bouillon for maybe a couple of years, but right now, everybody's familiar with bouillon because you cannot have an event right now nowhere without bouillon. How can you have a party without the bouillon? The bouillon running the world, that's what it is.
The Bouyon music is a mixture of all the different elements, like the instruments, the different cultures. We all know that the accordion had a big part to play in the Bouyon music. Then I think that it gravitated to like the rhythm, and the rhythm gave instruments like the drums, the bass guitar, and the keyboard a chance to explore. And today, this is what the Bouyon music is about: the drum patterns, the rhythms, the keyboard parts, the bass groove, not forgetting some of the chants and the lyrics.
Well, as you know, Bouyon music it's fused some way somehow, because I could take you back to basically compa and cadence music, where compa was developed from cadence music, same as back then with Kassav. If you play a compa music, you can switch it to cadence and you do not even realize. With Bouyon music, where if you listen to Bouyon music way back in the day, Bouyon music was playing the same tempo as probably compa music. It evolved over time where, you know, it started getting tempo. We started adding R&B, we started adding reggae, we started adding even little aspects of soca and everything. So it's like, when I say like it's a fusion, as we name it, Bouyon music, it's everything inside there.
Bouillon music is a one pot with all ingredients in there. So it's what you call a soup in certain countries, a broth in certain countries. With Dominica, we call this bouillon. And bouillon music is a mixture of different genres put together to get that intensifying, driven heartbeat that you get. So that's what bouillon is.
The music with me, your forefathers stuck it. It comes back, if you got to bring it back, it comes right from Africa. The way we play drums, the way we accent it, the way we move ourselves, the way we move. So Bouyon music is actually a language from Africa descended from our forefathers. It's a thing when you hear it, it kind of electrify you, it kind of smooth you, it kind of calm you down according to your situation.
Bouillon music is essentially, okay, so any and every ethnicity in the world will know what a soup is. So Bouillon music is a soup, and you can add, everywhere will have its own version of a soup. And this is Dominica's version of a musical soup, because it starts with the traditional aspects. I don't know if they can pick up the jing-ping playing in the background from the mic, but you can, that is some of the primary groove. The way the shack will resonate, you know, and stuff like that. The songs of the drum, the groove. And it is a mix of that traditional sound together with Kadas music. I don't know if people can recognize it, but during the current style of Bouyon, the drum pattern is very, very, very similar to Kadas drum pattern. Even the way that the hi-hats are being played, you know. So that is coming from that tradition, and it is also coming from a new style of African Caribbean, so Afro-Caribbean sort of rhythms that you would get from African style music that would be the basis for the creations of the different drum line patterns that you hear. So I think that's what it really is. With that mix plus the current topics or trend, you know, socially and so on. That I think is what that is. If you want to give what Bouyon, the concept of Bouyon is, it is really that.
One of the problems Bouyon had before, I believe, was people wasn't accustomed to the tempo of the music. It fast. We get that. It fast. If you hear soca music for the whole year, maybe we'll have 4 fast songs out of the entire soca arena. So that could pass. But our music was fast. The music was rhythm driven. People wasn't understanding the rhythm. And we used to have a small amount of singing and a large amount of rhythm. For example, The soca, when they say 1, 2, 3, 4, for you to start dancing, you're starting to dance on what the artist is going to say. Fling a water in the place, fling a water in the place. Bouyon music was 1, 2, 3, 4. You actually dancing after the 1, 2, 3, 4. The singer don't even need to say anything. You dancing to the rhythm. The rhythm doing so that used to get people more excited. So now the crafting of the ASA era and the how the nasty business has come, it has joined that. I believe it has joined the rhythm, vocals together, that people actually dancing to both the rhythm. So they understanding the rhythm more with the vocals. The rhythm hasn't changed much, but in terms of what we're saying, and we may be singing more now, but it's been simplified a little more because the songs Bouyon music I've been listening to before, you have to decipher a lot of stuff. Right now, the Bouyon music is like very much in your face. Girl, I want to come and go with you over there. So it's like that. Before it would be, I was thinking about you last night and the thoughts in my head to me. But you're there for about a good 40 seconds and what are you saying? I don't get it yet. Oh, that's what you're saying now? So if you don't listen to this song for that time, you're not going to know it was that. But right now is like, yeah, there you want to go. So it's a balance. I hope I'm not jumping on anybody to giving anybody talk, but I mean, it's just what it is right now. I remember in 2010, around there, during Independence, when I used a song of Justin Timberlake, I don't want to lose you now, in the behind and the other. I've not said it wasn't done before. The year I did that created a whole spectrum of, we can put love songs on Bouyon. Don't get me wrong, it was done before, but it wasn't as popular and it didn't create a big buzz like when I did that. So taking the actual Bouyon song and put on the actual love song and put on a Bouyon beat, I think that took it to another level. Than if you really watch it today, like all bands, all artists, everybody's doing that same thing. To a point that for us right now, it's like, we don't want to do that anymore. We have to look for something else to do.
As Bouyon grew, it wasn't just a song, but a way of expressing the Dominican spirit, and no band captures this better than Triple K International. Bouyon is more than just music. It's a celebration of identity, a unifying force that brings Dominica's people together.
What Bouyon music represents Dominica on a whole. What Dominica is an exciting, loving, joyful people. And that is what Bouyon music is.
The Bouyon music that was representing what we have in our culture, it changed, meaning the traditional instruments. That's what WCK used back then. You could hear the conch shell a lot. Some of the tunes they would use. Right now I would see Kendall using a lot of the accordion too. The accordion is not a traditional instrument. The accordion is one of the instruments that was imported with the three other instruments, which is the gouache, the tambour, and the boom boom, which is locally made. But we just know it for the fact that the accordion, when we say it, but a lot of people don't really know that the accordion was imported to meet the other instruments. And the tone of the accordion is what we use, to justify that, okay, it's really independence whenever somebody say an accordion. And the accordion, as we know, is one of the instruments that was heavily used in Bouyon music back then. But as I said, right now, as the music evolved, I still see Kendall use the accordion tone on his keyboard to fuse it up.
The roots of music in terms of the drums, again, Africa's influence. I mean, it plays an integral role in terms of a little shift, a little twist to make it a cultureness, a little more nice, more mellow. Again, as we introduce the accordion and so on.
Bouyon music represents our way of life.
We have to relate it to our culture here in Dominica. We are very authentic and original when it comes to daybreak partying. And the Bouyon really lends itself to being able to party all night into the morning.
Bouyon music basically just represents us because that is what we love. I mean, you cannot have any artist coming down Dominica, dance or soca, whatever it is, and not have a Bouyon act on the set. Dominicans, maybe you wouldn't get your full numbers. People, yes, they want to see the foreign act, but there's like, we need something to take us. So it's like Bouyon music is just pure wildness, it's party, it's free up, is everything. I think it's okay. You see how people just say like soca music is partying and drink and thing. Bouyon music is that 2 steps above that, you know.
Bouyon music is actually Dominican's culture. It's a thing for the for the tourists, you know, and I believe Bouyon music should be more recognized in Dominica, and Bouyon artists and bands also should be more recognized in Dominica. We are too laid back in Dominica when it comes to that.
But Bouyon doesn't just stop at the shores of Dominica. Its rhythm and energy has begun to ripple across the globe. What began as a local phenomenon is now resonating on a global scale. TK International has carried Bouyon's infectious rhythm far and wide, earning fans across the world.
I believe that Bouyon music has impacted the music scene on a wide scale, because we travel and we hear lots of Bouyon music playing around. And that's why Triple K are on a lot of major events, because of that impact that with Triple K and the Bouyon music has on the music industry in general.
I believe it has impacted the global scene meaningfully. I believe it impacted it with such a vigorous drive that it almost catch everybody by surprise. And I think that's a good thing. Hats off to the guys who actually started the nasty business, because I mean, if it wasn't for them, honestly, I don't think the Bouyon would have been really recognized how it is now. And as I said to some people, everybody, you know, wouldn't like it, because everybody has a different opinion on certain things, and you have to respect people's opinion. But I believe it is one thing that kicked off Bouyon music. Over the years, you had WCK, First Serenade, even Rough and Ready, Effects Band and so on, who gained recognition outside Dominica, of course, and followed by us, Triple K, who gained certain recognition outside Dominica. And not that the music was being played out there. I even had Sus, where I performed on the OCS Soca Monarch in St. Lucia, some moon, and Image first runner. So you could say Sus was a type of nasty business. We got flack for it, you know, but it is what it is. But I believe with the advent of nasty business, it became an eye-opener for others around the Caribbean as to what actually Dominica has been doing for so many years. With the likes of other artists out there, you know, they'll tell you, well, Benji, that thing, that Bouyon music, it's really driven, it's really hard, and that's what they like.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were recognizing this trend for Bouyon for years, but because it came primarily from a small island and our voice was smaller than soca, than dancehall and so on, it was difficult to kind of penetrate. It wasn't to say that people were not recognizing this trend for the quality of Bouyon music. So you find that Bouyon right now got a huge break during COVID, because I think that was a time when people were sitting down and they could really digest what the Bouyon music had to offer. They could sit down and appreciate, hey, this is something different. This is something that we can have fun about, you know? And not necessarily having a nice, not necessarily having like a song that's, yeah, it's a party song, but it's still kind of serious. That one there is just pure fun. That is just to laugh and just free up yourself and just enjoy yourself. So I think with that, it gave that platform where we were able to push it out. And because now as well, that social media grew, that we now have the entire world as our audience. Whereas before you would have to find a distributor or marketer to be able to put the music on a different platform in different areas of the world. You put it on Facebook, you put it on YouTube, anywhere. Every and anybody or anywhere around the world can access your music and build your fan base, you know. So I think right now that is what is happening. It's kind of new, it's different. So people who have probably enjoyed soca music and so for so many years, not saying they don't like the soca anymore, but they're giving the Bouyon the opportunity that it deserves in these different markets.
Well, Triple K music in particular, under the genre of Bouyon, is one that I would say that is very much influential and infectious, to the point where no matter who you are, where you are, when you hear that style of music, you do not have a choice but to move. You can move left, you can move right, you can move behind, in front, or jump up and down. You are guaranteed to shake a leg one way or the other. And that is the type of influence that the music has had across the region and even internationally right now. And you can go to any sports bar, any gym, and you are almost certain to hear Bouyon music playing, because it gives off that energy, it gives off that positive atmosphere, that real party vibe, you know, and just sets the mood for you to have a real energetic and positive day.
Right now is Bouyon time, and I mean, over the years, we have different bands and artists reaching different levels. So, like, for example, we had the WCK era with the WCK Serenade and Effects and them at that stage, and the Balance Batty brought us there, you know. And after that, we had the Triple K Asa band and era that step it up, you know. When Asa did, when Asa played on the Uber Soca Cruise, that was like an eye opener for the rest of the Caribbean to be like, yo, them small islands really kicking ass now, you know. And so it stepped it up a notch. And then you had the influence now of the Nasty Business coming in and just like, no, just kick the dust, boom. And yeah, there it just, you know, so it's like, you know, like every step of the Bouyon, because you can hear the difference in the different steps of how it went. So everyone stepped it up and did their part that made it, just made it get further, you know?
Right now, everybody that was singing soca want to sing Bouyon now, you know? And they even want to take Bouyon and label it under soca. Bouyon has its own name, Bouyon. That's what I've been doing since I'm 88, since I came to Dominica.
When I used to travel before, it was probably more like playing cricket. But since after I started playing with Triple K, I started traveling a lot. You go to different parties, or even when you're in Dominica, let's say you go on social media, you would see somebody post a video, they're in a party. Way across the globe, you would hear Balance Party, where it was still labeled as soca. However, nobody ever imagined that in this day and age, Balance Party doesn't even play nowhere again. So it was, and then when you go to a party, you hear soca music, you know, you're in soca music in different parties, different clubs. Right now, I would tell you, the way I used to see soca music on social media, right now, I doesn't say that. It's Bouyon music.
While Bouyon's reach expands, the genre itself continues to evolve, and Triple K has been at the forefront of that transformation. Like all great art forms, Bouyon has evolved over time, and no band has been more instrumental in driving that revolution than Triple K International.
But over the years, it's been, I'm not going to say it's been easy. It's been half and half, because the key to it is, because I think if we listened to a lot of people when we started, we would not be here right now. So we basically we stuck to what we know and what we will, or we stuck to our mission, and we decided that is what we want to do. And I mean, it's been 25 years, and I mean, we're still here at the top of our game, still the leading Bouyon entity in the country and maybe even in the Caribbean. So I mean, it's a good thing, but it's a little difficult because you're competing with a lot of different elements that you're not accustomed to. Social media is one. We're not accustomed to social media. We're not born in the age of social media. We are trying to adapt to keep up with it. Is not just saying, yeah, you're going to post a thing. So right now, it's not just posting something you do. You have to post it and edit it right, and you have to have the right lighting, and you have to have the right comments to say, and oh, people doesn't take pictures so anymore. So keeping up with that is one. Also, the music is, because of social media again, what that's trending today is not what that's trending tomorrow. So trying to keep up, because we came from a time of, we release songs during Carnival, and that takes you for the year. Right now, every 2 weeks somebody releasing a song. So, different dynamics, but we're trying our best. And I mean, if it's one thing, when it comes to live performance, we definitely step up the game in terms of live performance, as opposed to, you see an internet star, somebody is an internet sensation, a social media sensation, and you bring them for your show, and when you watch them live, it's like, seriously? So that is what that really has Triple K, I believe, is the energy that you get in the live performances, and like basically what you see is what you get.
I believe the band music has grown over the years, getting basically new ears to listen to the band music, to see the band perform and all of that. And I think what causes that is a change and diverse culture, where we don't limit ourselves to our age group. We find ourselves mixing cultures with the young, the middle age and the old. I don't like to call people old, but I mean, it's what it is. And I believe that is what keeps the band musically driven, musically cultured, basically just following the trend.
Well, the band started off as primarily zouk, compa, kadas, French kind of music with some local bouyon. So you'd actually find that the band's performance, well, their productions were primarily zouk, compa, that kind of stuff. In live, we may play one or two bouyon to end the show. The band has evolved over time, obviously responding to what the market requires. The market was craving a staple of bouyon. The market, both locally and internationally, needed that bouyon element. We didn't shy away from producing something that was unique because at the time there were two styles of bouyon, which was the WCK style and the first serenade style. Triple K created its own style, which is currently what is the trending style right now. That style that was created by Triple K is what is the base right now for all of the bouyon music being created. So in terms of the musical production, that was us just not being fearful of taking a risk into doing that. What happened with our writing and melody style was that we started trying to be social commentators, something like a calypso, but we didn't want to write it in calypso style lyrics with only long 7 verses and explaining a whole story. We had to hit you one shot. So we have a social thing happening there and we just hitting it to you straight, so at times it was considered a bit too direct, too crass. A lot of people would say, boy, them fellas rude. Them fellas what kind of thing, And you have to fight with the whole society. I remember a time I was in church and the bishop called us out. And the bishop said, straight, there, all the fellas, madness, all the singing, But at the end of the day, I don't think, it was just us because we have always been true to ourselves. We haven't, though, as an artist, you kind of think of what the public going to think of you, but it is still what is genuine to you, what you feel happy about doing. We just allowed our true talent to shine through. And currently, I think the writings now has resonated a lot more with an international audience because of the fact that we have been traveling so much. We have toured a lot. We have encountered and engaged with a lot of different people. So you find that observing what is working for them and what they can relate to, you kind of go towards that direction. So that is what I think that has caused us to navigate that road and to allow us to be relevant and current 25, going 26 years down the line.
I would say that the band music has changed drastically over the years. It happened because of the influences, mainly because of our maturity, listening to different stuff, being exposed to different bands, being exposed to different musicians, shows. It just lets you grow in what you're doing. This brings out the Triple K of today.
When I met Triple K, the music was swinging one way, as you say. I use the term swing because of on a musical, the music was Triple K. Something about the music was always driving. Right now, from when I met them to now, the music changed, musicians improve, musicians get different, styles, who watch different videos of their mentors as well. They develop certain styles and that.
Actually, the band look towards social commentary, what happened in the everyday happenings and so on, and write stories about it and try to execute it in songs. The influences is the welcomeness of the fans, the thank you of the fans. Everyone is not for you, but the majority comes. So I can proudly say the fans are the ones encouraging and keeping us going.
Well, for the past, I would say, from since Triple K took over when WCK dropped down, influence, everything you see so around you right now is the influence of Triple K. Nothing has changed from since WCK dropped and Triple K started leading. Nothing has changed. Everybody do the same, everybody play the same, everybody sound the same.
Through innovation and passion, TK International has kept Bouyon relevant for generations while staying connected to its roots. At its core, Bouyon music reflects the life and soul of Dominica. Triple K didn't just create music. They created a movement introducing the concept of partying until daybreak, an experience that has become synonymous with Bouillon's culture.
Prosper. Peter Prosper that caused that. Peter Prosper. Every time, because at the time when Alwyn, Club DVD was alive, God rest his soul, was alive, we did a little, so he decided, no one knew Club DVD. So he approached us, Triple K was the biggest band at the time, most popular band at the time. He approached us and he said he getting a new system and he want to work with us and things. And we decided, yeah, that's the system from now. We started working with him, and at that time, Emil, our manager, was close with Peter Prosper. So for all his promotional ads and thing, he called Peter Prosper. So we had a team together. Peter Prosper, Emil, they put a Club DVD, Triple K, and every time you see him is that click that you're seeing. Until Peter Prosper, every time we're doing an event, on the ad, the Daybreak Specialist, one maybe or two little Daybreak we are doing, and people has decided that, yeah, Triple K is for Daybreak. And it has gone from Dominica to Creole Festival to even playing outside of Dominica, that you will find that we're on a show and no artist wants to play after us. The whole night, they drink whole night, they actually enjoy themselves, But the fact that they reach home before 3 in the morning is a problem. It have to be at least 5, 6.
Triple K have been touring from an early age, and especially in Guadeloupe, or I'd like to call it the Francophone speaking countries. We have seen where Triple K have touched so many lives, so many fans in certain ways that I would call it French superstars. On every French person lip, before you speak of Bouyon, they mention Triple K. I believe Triple K plays even more in Guadeloupe, Martinique than Dominica. And even France of late, I mean, when you go to these big raves with 20 to 30,000 people and you see the reaction, the interaction, the connection that we have with these people, it's amazing. I mean, it's just something infectious about the band and our music, Bouyon, on a whole, Dominica, that touches these people, and I believe it's a great thing.
I would say that Triple K music has influence and has a big reflection on the outside of Dominica, because we travel extensively. There's always a new person who is exposed to a Triple K performance, in terms of gaining the new fans who tells another person, boy, this Triple K band, like, they were so good and so on. And then guess what? They come to Creole Festival to witness Triple K. And of course, the other bands.
Big time, because as you know, when we went through all that Maria stuff and Maria, it was Triple K music, that song that played all along through all them tough times and still standing.
It's Triple K now as a liberate. You had a hard day, you had a hard week, a tough week, you just want to relax, or maybe you just want to vive. Welcome to Triple K. We'll wash that pressure away from you. Triple K is a party band. That's how I see it.
Well, the one way that I can definitely identify with in terms of the impact that our music has on the outside world is really in the engagement and the participation that we receive from the masses when we go out there. As you rightly said, removing the Dominicans from the equation, we'll be talking about the people in Belgium, we're talking about the real authentic Americans in USVI, or even in New York or in Houston, that come out to those events and they literally just consume themselves into the performances, and the engagement, the interaction that we get from them is really second to none.
Triple K music, well, you know a lot of people when they look at it is negative, and as I always say, Triple K, the band, has a lot of music. I would not even have to do, let's say, or gauge it on how it has impacted, I would say, young people in Dominica, but overseas. You have, when you meet people, they say, like for example, we went to visit a friend of our own. He invited the whole band, and clearly you could see when they pull up some Triple K stuff on YouTube, everything from YouTube is Triple K, Triple K, Triple K, Triple K, Triple K, Triple K. You understand? So I mean, society. I mean, there is the positives from it that you can look at. I would even use Still Standing as the song. As I said, it's one of the songs I love playing. But if you listen to the lyrics, not just from Still Standing, but a lot of songs, It's basically the recovery from Maria and all of that. So I would say that's done good. But as I always say, there's a drive about Triple K, you know, whenever the band returns there. And I would not even just say Triple K, but Dominican musicians, whenever they travel, something about a Dominican musician, a musician outside always looking, there's always something unique. And with Triple K on stage, you know, performing, as we said, like let's say for the French, it's not just, we just play. It could be the dancing, it could be the interaction with the crowd. I think it's the dancing.
What I can say is, we have been contacted by most of the international artists right now to have collaboration. So it's like we're taking our steps one time, like one step at a time.
Of course, all music connects with a wide variety of different cultures, different languages, especially the French. Look at how the French makes it bouillon. Even if they sing French on it, but they know the Triple K songs word for word, and even the chants, they know it very well.
There was always a saying that bands have a 10-year lifespan. So when the band got to its between 10 and 12 years, in the back of our minds, because we heard that so often, we would be like, band can break up, that is the height we reach. But then we kept on moving, and then surprisingly, it's like the band still ended up growing more and hitting new boundaries, bursting new boundaries. And when you go to different places right now, it's no longer a Dominica affair. It's no longer about, we play for DA people. Right now, you're in them places there, and the amount of foreigners. I mean, it's evidencing even the number of people that come down to Dominica for Mega Monday in particular, from Europe, from the States, from the rest of the Caribbean and so on. So it's like you find, when you go to different places that you have not been to, and the way you see the people from those places reacting, you're like, wow, you know, I mean, we can go back to the Belgium situation, even the Amsterdam situation. Nobody up there Dominican, nobody on the Triple K. Half of the people didn't even know where Dominica was in the first place. But they just gravitated towards what we were doing, the energy level that we brought, the lyrics that we brought. Even if probably they didn't understand it, but they could, you know, feel that, because as I say, there's no barrier with music. Music just resonates, you know, so it's the energy, it's a vibe level. So if I want to say what was the most engaging to us was our first Belgium performance. Because we went there, there were two shows. I don't know if you recall our most famous video from Belgium and so on, but there were two shows that we did. One the night before, and then the one that has been out. That has been out. The one from the night before, we came there just like, we're going to do a show, whatever. It just so happened that we were surprised, pleasantly surprised. People were like just following us and hounding us. Interestingly, we finished play. We were on a tour bus, feeling like high stars, I tell you. We driving back to the hotel and people chasing down the bus. I like, wow, what happened in there now, boy? Like, yo, yeah, man, yo, it was crazy. So it's like, these are some of the elements and the things that were happening that was just, you know, that make you realize the Bouyon music that's crossed boundaries, you know. And currently, when you look at the feedback that you get from all different sorts of people all around the world, from Africa, I mean, talking to someone from Rwanda, that's saying the music playing heavily in Rwanda, I'm like, Rwanda, so I on the phone like talking like, yeah. Then after I go on Google, I check in, where Rwanda is, and Rwanda, over there, all right, cool, you know. Because I mean, I know of Rwanda, but to figure it out exactly, you know, so it's just crazy, you know, so I'm happy to see that explosion of the music.
Like I tell you, everything that's going on now, right now, at the present time now, is Triple K. Nothing has changed. I've been in that for so long, and I hear nothing playing differently, you know, from since Kendall created that style of Bouyon. I hear nothing, I see nothing change, I hear nothing change, everything's still the same.
With every beat, Bouyon carries the essence of Dominica across borders, and TK International remains its ultimate ambassador. Bouyon music is more than a genre. It's the soul of Dominica, a rhythm that tells the story of its people. And for 25 years, Triple K International has been the voice of this movement, pushing boundaries and inspiring generations. Their journey has only just begun. In the next chapter, we explore the challenges Triple K has faced, the rivalries that pushed them forward, and the triumphs that defined their legacy. So stay tuned.